We'll get started. Welcome everybody to the Tuesday, January 16th council meeting. Before we get started, we will start with a prayer by Councilman Mihalovich and followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
As we approach city elections, it's appropriate to pause and to acknowledge our many community volunteers. Quote by an unknown author, "Volunteering is the ultimate exercise in democracy. You vote in elections once a year, but when you volunteer, you vote every day about the kind of community you want to live in." So let us pray for the citizens that have contributed to the betterment of our community by serving on our city commissions, boards, committees, and ad hoc groups. We are humbled by their involvement in our city. May we as elected officials be worthy of their community investment. In His name we pray. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, at this time I'll call the meeting to order and we'll have roll call.
Fitzwater.
Here.
Graham.
Here.
Henry.
Here.
Hussey.
Here.
Kimna.
Here.
Mahalovich.
Here.
Prather.
Here.
Schreiber.
Here.
Ward.
Here.
Wiseman.
Here.
Okay, this time we'll move into item number 3, which is the adoption of the agenda. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Okay, it's moving second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against? Passes. Item number 4, the miscellaneous agenda items. And this time, recognizes January Outstanding Employee, Kara Sankey. Mr. Kroll?
Yes, and I will ask Kara to come up. And I'll ask Margie Miller to come up. Margie's the director of the department. So I'll read through a little bit of the nomination, but congratulations to Kara Sankey, City of Jefferson Senior Accountant, Finance and Information Technology Department, for receiving the City of Jefferson Outstanding Employee Service Award for January 2018. Recognition is not only for specific examples referenced in the nomination form, but also in recognition of all the service Ms. Sankey provides to the citizens of Jefferson on an ongoing basis. So some of the information paraphrased from the nomination form include the following. Quote, every day Kara comes to work and with a can-do attitude and focuses on providing the best customer service possible. There is no task too big or too small when it comes to providing assistance, end quote. Whether dealing with internal or external customers, Ms. Sankey interacts in a professional, courteous manner and strives to provide timely, accurate assistance to the best of her ability. For example, Ms. Sankey worked closely with members on the Fireman's Pension Board and with plan participants regarding the transition to another pension plan. Ms. Sankey's compassion and courtesy to these individuals sets her apart and made her the perfect liaison with the city and the fire pension plan members. Ms. Sankey also has worked on various submissions for several financial documents, including the Government Finance Officers Association Distinguished Budget Award and GFOA, is what we call it, Comprehensive Annual Financial Report, and the GFOA Popular Annual Financial Report, as well as documents related to the Fireman's Pension Fund. So a lot of support personnel and work there. Ms. Sankey readily assumes new duties and tasks, providing support in the Finance and Information Technology Department. Ms. Sankey provides outstanding customer service not only to citizens, but to city employees as well. Ms. Sankey is, quote, someone others both inside and outside of finance go to for answers and assistance, end quote. Ms. Sankey's dedication and attention to detail have helped the City of Jefferson provide accurate information upon which important decisions are made. Ms. Sankey understands the department's and city's goals and objectives and takes whatever action is necessary to complete the mission. In the absence of other staff members, Ms. Sankey willingly steps in to assist with other duties. Ms. Sankey does not have to be asked to assist, but instead recognizes the need to do so and takes the initiative to ensure goals and objectives are accomplished. Ms. Sankey's follow-through on project, task, and commitment is excellent, and Ms. Sankey's contributions to the overall quality of life for the city are recognized and appreciated. So congratulations and thanks to Kara Sankley, City of Jefferson Senior Accountant, Finance and Information Technology Department, for receiving the City of Jefferson Outstanding Employee Service Award for January 2018. Thank you. You have somebody here you want to introduce?
I do. It's my daughter, Kayla.
Welcome, Kayla.
Welcome.
All right.
Thank you.
So come on, not that easy.
Well, first of all, on behalf of the mayor and the city council, thank you for all you do. We really appreciate it. And it really shows that that's a well-run department and has great employees. So
Thank you.
thank you. And if you, at this time, we have a gift certificate and a city coin. I'll come around. Okay, at this time, we will move into item number 5, which is public hearings. Mr. Donaldson?
An ordinance of the City of Jefferson, Missouri, changing, amending, and modifying the zoning map of the zoning code of the City of Jefferson by rezoning property addressed as 3328 Bennett Lane from RU Rural to PUD Planned Unit Development. Approval of a preliminary and final PUD plan for said property and accepting and approving the final subdivision plat of Woodland Montessori School Subdivision, a subdivision of the City of Jefferson, Missouri.
Mr. Barron?
Yes, thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. As the clerk read, this bill contains 3 parts. The first is a rezoning of property from an existing RU rural zoning district to a PUD, Planned Unit Development District. The second part is the adoption of a preliminary and final PUD plan for the property to govern the future use of the property. And then the third is a final subdivision plat, which happens to be a 1-lot subdivision to divide this property off from the remainder of the property. Up on the screen is the location map of the property. It's part of the former Rickman Center, located on the southern edge of the city. The yellow line going through the screen is the city limit line, so this property actually straddles the city limit line to an extent. Just off the northern side of the top of the screen is the intersection of Highway 54 and Highway 179, or Highway B. And so we're just south of that intersection. So the property's, the bill is dealing with the portion of the property outlined in blue on the screen. The property consists of a former church building that was part of the Rickman Center. And the proposal is to convert the church to a Montessori school. Now, the zoning code would define the use of the building as a daycare, but the applicant is intending to pursue a Montessori style of school, which includes both kids below kindergarten level, but also including kindergarten and first grade, I believe. And then the final subdivision plat for the property is a 1-lot subdivision. As mentioned, the property straddles the city limit line. The Department of Cole County Planning and Public Works Department has reviewed the plat and has stamped it as being exempt from Cole County subdivision regulations, as it's not dividing any property out in the county. It just includes a strip of land that happens to be outside the corporate limits of Jefferson City. There are some access easements that are dedicated with the plat to not only provide access for this property, but also to the future parts of the Rickman Center. This matter was recommended for approval by the Planning and Zoning Commission at their December 14th meeting, and I'd be happy to answer any questions council may have.
Is there any council questions of staff? Seeing none, we will open the public hearing. If anybody would like to speak for or against this, please come to the platform.
Thank you. My name is Paul Sampson. I'm with Central Missouri Professional Services, and I'm representing the property owner F&F Development on these cases. The property was originally annexed into the city in 2000 when it was owned by the Rickman Center. Came into the city as the what is existing as the RU zoning district. The Rickman Center built the church in approximately 2005, and that was the home of the head church over the Rickman Center. When the Rickman Center closed several years ago, the church also became vacant. 2 to 3 years ago, F&F Development Company purchased the property from the Rickman Center. The original Rickman Center Conference Center has been converted into the Halo Foundation home, which opened earlier this year. Since the time of they purchased the property, they've been looking to try to find tenants for the church building. Recently, Melissa Steck, who is in the audience, has put a purchase contract for the building and a 3-acre tract to go along with it. To meet the subdivision code, having access and frontage on a public street, we had to create a single lot subdivision with a flag lot to create that public street frontage down Rickman Lane. The flag lot would just kind of be a secondary access onto the property. The main property and access would come off of Christie Drive and up Bennett Lane. The other part of the project was the rezoning to the PUD plan, and that was necessary in order to meet the zoning code regulations. I think the daycare would typically fall under an R or a C1 zoning, and with the other uses that would be permitted in the C1 zoning, we decided to pursue the PUD route in order to be able to limit the usage and define the uses with the PUD plan. With that, I will answer any questions.
Is there any questions?
Thank you very much.
Is there anybody else that would like to speak on this bill 2017-110? Seeing none, we will close this hearing, and we will have any discussion. Then we'll move into roll call, please.
Fitzwater.
Aye.
Graham.
Aye.
Henry.
Aye.
Hussey.
Aye.
Kimna.
Aye.
Mahalovich.
Aye.
Prather.
Aye.
Schreiber.
Aye.
Ward.
Aye.
Wiseman.
Aye.
All right, motion passes. We will move into the next item. Number 6, appointments by the mayor. There is none. Number 7, presentations from staff, consultants, or invited guests. Is there any? No, there is none there either. So we'll move into item number 8, which is announcements by the mayor, council, and staff. We'll go into 8A, which is the Missouri State Penitentiary Community Partners Meeting. Councilman Schreiber.
Yes, there will be a meeting of that particular group on Friday, February the 2nd, and that meeting will take place here at City Hall in the Boone Bancroft room across the hall at 8:30 in the morning.
All right, thank you. Next one would be 8B, which is the Human Relations Commission. Councilman Henry.
Thank you, Mr. President Pro Tem. The Human Relations Commission meeting, this will be the first one after some time without this commission. It will be Tuesday, January the 30th at 8 a.m. here at City Hall. And Gail, I'm not sure what specific room is that going to be?
It'll be in the Boone Bancroft Conference Room, first floor of City Hall, or top floor of City Hall.
Okay, thank you. Again, January the 30th, 8 a.m. Thank you.
All right, thank you. The next item is item C, which is council committee meetings. Do our chairs have anything for their meetings? Oh, Councilman Mahalovich.
Thank you, Mr. Pro Tem. Although the Finance Committee meeting was canceled, the handouts for that meeting have been available for download today, so if you need to get a hold of those, that's available.
All right, thank you. Any others? Seeing none, we will move into the next item, which is presentations from the gallery on specific bills. Do we have anything?
No.
Oh, no one has signed up, so we'll move on to the consent agenda. And is there a motion to accept that?
So moved.
Second.
All right, it's moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against? Passes. We'll move into item number 11, bills introduced. There is none tonight, so we'll move on to the next one, which is bills pending. The first one being 2017-107. Ms. Thompson?
An ordinance of the City of Jefferson, Missouri authorizing the mayor and city clerk to execute a $60,000 agreement with Linda and Gene Wiseman for the purchase of land for a sanitary sewer wet weather storage facility.
Mr. Marash?
Thank you. As clerk indicated, this contract to purchase land, it's approximately just less than 2 acres, and it'll be used, basically we'll be lining up a bunch of pipes to hold, if you will, underground to hold high flows of sanitary sewer, prevent basement backups and overflows downstream all the way to Riverside Park. So allow us to keep in place our current sanitary sewer sizes downstream.
Okay, council discussion? Seeing none, we will move into roll call.
Graham,
Aye.
Henry,
Aye.
Hussey,
Aye.
Kimna,
Aye.
Mahalovich,
Aye.
Prather,
Aye.
Schreiber,
Aye.
Ward,
Aye.
Wiseman,
Abstain.
Fitzwater.
Aye.
Okay, that bill passes. We'll move on to the next bill, B, which is 2017-108. Mrs. Donaldson?
An ordinance of the City of Jefferson, Missouri adding a new article governing the use of electrical power in the downtown electrical service area.
Mr. Marash?
Thank you. As clerk indicated, this is a code update or a new code as a result of us constructing, as a city, constructing the electrical circuits downtown for use by permit. It establishes a fee, and then the fee graduates based on how much service you do need. We have 20 amp circuits available, 100 amp, and up to 200 amp circuits available. So we hope this will, these type systems will reduce the need for generators and things at festivals and other issues like that, or long extension cords running here and there. And we have to answer any questions.
Any council discussion or questions? Seeing none, we'll move into roll call.
Henry,
Aye.
Hussey,
Aye.
Kimna,
Aye.
Mahalovich,
Aye.
Prather,
Aye.
Schreiber,
Aye.
Ward,
Aye.
Wiseman,
Aye.
Fitzwater,
Aye.
Graham.
Aye.
Motion passes. We'll move to the next item, which is item C, 2017-109. Mrs. Donaldson?
An ordinance of the City of Jefferson, Missouri, amending Chapter 19-401 of the Code of the City of Jefferson by the modification of speed limits associated with Highways 50, 54, and 63 to parallel Missouri Department of Transportation.
Mr. Marash?
Thank you. I think the clerk said it quite well. We're modifying our code to match MoDOT's signage in the field. I think they recently modified it, just tweaked it a little bit, and then we reviewed our code and found, the way we described the speed limits maybe not quite exactly like they did, so we modified that as well.
Okay, council discussion? Seeing none, we'll have roll call, please.
Hussey,
Aye.
Kimna,
Aye.
Mahalovich,
Aye.
Prather,
Aye.
Schreiber,
Aye.
Ward,
Aye.
Wiseman,
Aye.
Fitzwater,
Aye.
Graham,
Aye.
Henry.
Aye.
Motion passes. The next one would be 2017-110, which we took up under the public hearing. So we'll move on to the next item, which is item number 13, the formal calendar. Councilman Hussey?
Let them stay on the informal.
Both of them?
Both of them.
Okay. All right. Then we'll move into the next item, which is resolutions. Resolutions RS 2017-22. Mrs. Donaldson?
A resolution creating the Charter Review Advisory Committee.
Mr. Molman?
Thank you. This resolution creates the Charter Review Advisory Committee, which is a advisory committee which would take on the task of reviewing the city charter for any potential amendments to the city charter. If there are any amendments that this committee would like the city council to consider, they would forward those suggestions to the city council, and then the city council could take them up and decide whether or not to submit them to the voters. This is in pursuant to the city council's powers to directly submit charter amendments to the electorate. On the the detailed side on this, the advisory committee is set up to have some benchmarks. This asks the advisory committee to make its recommendations to the city council by July 9th of this year, so that way the city council could have time to decide whether or not to put it on to the November 2018 ballot, and if they can't, then to inform the city council that they are not going to be able to provide those comments in time, and then then give the comments to the city council no later than September 4th of this year to get onto the April 2019 general municipal election ballot. Once the committee makes its recommendations, it would terminate either upon a recommendation of no recommended changes, or upon the city council taking a final vote on any actions to submit proposed charter changes to the electorate. So there is a definite termination time. This is a kind of one-time purpose, limited purpose committee that this resolution sets up. And the recommendations of the advisory committee, obviously being advisory, would not be binding on the city council. The city council would still have the duty and obligation to look at each individual recommendation to decide whether or not they want to submit them to the voters.
All right, thank you for that explanation. At this time, is there a motion to take up this resolution?
Second.
Okay, moved and seconded. Discussion by council. Now, explained it very well. At this time, we'll move into roll call, please.
Kimna,
Aye.
Mahalovich,
Aye.
Prather,
Aye.
Schreiber,
Aye.
Ward,
Aye.
Wiseman,
Aye.
Fitzwater,
Aye.
Graham,
Aye.
Henry,
Aye.
Hussey.
Aye.
The motion passes. At this time, we'll move into item number 15, presentations from the gallery and on other topics. Do we have any? No. There is none, so I'll move into 16, council and staff discussion of presentation topics. I don't see any. We'll move into 17, new business. No new business. Any unfinished business? No unfinished business. Oh, wait.
No, I was going to move to adjourn.
Second. Item 19.
I moved to adjourn.
Second.
All right. We're adjourned.
I thought we were headed to Florida.